Now we are going to discuss about the water requirements. So water is the precious thing which we are require. The human beings and all the thing which is in the world require the water. So for various purpose, okay, for various uses we require water, and the total quantity of water required for the town um, can be decided by means of the demand. So demand may be varied, domestic, commercial, industrial, and public and fire demand. Okay, so for these things we require the water. Okay, so in the domestic demand, we require for drinking purpose, cooking, bathing, washing of clothes, utensils, that is dishwashing, gardening, lawn purpose, then fountain, and for wash water, washing of vehicles, for each and everything we need water. So likewise for commercial and industrial demand may be vary between 20 to 25 percentage, and if any fire caused, then it will be rectified by means of water. So the fire demand may be about 5 to 10 percentage. So the total quantity of water required for fire demand can be calculated by using these formulas, like National Board of Fire Apparatus formula, and Freeman formula, and Kuchling's formula. Then the per capita demand. Here per capita demand is nothing but the amount of water required, the yearly amount of water required per in terms of liter per person per day. It can be calculated. It includes the domestic, industrial, commercial, and public use in addition to that loss and waste. Okay, so the amount required per day per person for the domestical use, industrial use, commercial use, adding together, and that quantity of water required by the town per day multiplied by the population to find out the per capita demand. Here, the rate of consumption can be calculated by means of the total yearly water requirement of the city divided by the number of population we are going to design with the number of days in the year. Here, these are the factors affecting the per capita demand. That is, if we take the climatic condition, in summer season we use more amount of compared to the winter season, but rainy season it is very meager amount compared to those seasons. Okay, so next one is cost of water. If you cost the water, then that is a usage may be reduced. People use lesser amount of water if we ask for money. Then the distribution pressure. Okay, next one is habitant of the population, and then the industrial and commercial activities, then existing sewerage facilities, then quality of water. If quality of water is very high, that is, the water is very tasty and clear, then the consumption will be more. If it is not, the quality is less, then the quantity also used by the people also very less. Then the size of city, based on the size of the city, if it is the bigger in size, the city or town is bigger in size, the consumption also more. If it is very small, quantity also will be small. Then system of water supply. Next one is in the system of water supply, if you are continuously supplying the water throughout the day, then consumption will be more. If the supply will be the intermittent one, okay, so morning or evening, so in a particular time if you are providing the water to the society, then the consumption also very less, because people may store the water for their future use. So these are the factors affecting the per capita demand. Next one is variation in demand. So variation is nothing but the amount of water consumed by per the whole day will be varied because of the time. Okay, so if you see the graph, in the midnight, the amount is very meager, then it is getting reduced in the dawn, and it is started to increase from dawn to peak hour. That is the time which we are getting ready for our work, job, and all the thing, for college, school, and all the thing, that is called as peak hours. So at that time, the water consumption, that is the requirement of water used, is getting increased. Then again it starts to decrease when we go for these things. Then it is getting reduced. Again the peak starts to increase from the noon, and it attained the peak in the evening time when we return to the home after completion of everything. The usage is also more again for the preparation of food and washing of clothes, washing of dishes, and floor washing for each and every purpose what we are doing in the house and outside of the house. So again it starts to reduce when we go for sleep. Okay, so again the value of consumption will be very less. Here the maximum hourly demand which will be calculated by the usage of average hourly demand, which is equal to 1.5 times of the average hourly demand. The calculation, that is why we require to calculate the maximum hourly demands means it is used to design the water supply system. So, for deciding these things, that is, for deciding the hourly flow and all the thing, to calculate the requirement of water in future, we use the design period. Design period is nothing but the time which will take to decide the population for the certain years is called as design period. And the population forecast also important, because day by day the population is getting increased in number. So by means of by the following methods we are calculating the future population, is called as population forecast. So by this method we calculate the number of population increased per decade by means of arithmetical increase method, geometrical increase method, incremental increase method, and decreasing decremental method, then graphical method, and logistical method, and ratio method. So in this method, in some point it may vary, that is the rate of change of population with time is taken as constant in the arithmetical increase method while calculating the forecasting the people. So likewise in geometrical increase method, the percentage increase in the population from decade to decade is remains constant. That is, if it is increased 10 percentage by the first decade, then we can take it as 10 percentage throughout all the decade. Next one is incremental increase method. So in this, this is the method improved one of compared to the previous two. Then one is graphical method. So in this method, the graphical representation can be produced by plotting the values of the population of last few decades. So then only the curve will be extended by smoothly to get the future population. Likewise, comparative graphical method also can be plotted in the same graph to calculate the future population. So now we are going to solve the example, and solve the example. That is this is the problem. Ask us to predict the population by using arithmetical increase method to calculate the population for the year of 2021, 31, and 41 for the following population data. They in for few years, that is 1961 to 2011, the population has given as follows. Then we are tabulating the year with the population, and we are calculating the increment, that is how much amount of population increased per decade is calculated by taking the difference of these two values. That is the difference of 1971 and 1961 has been calculated by making the difference is calculated and tabulated here. Likewise, we are calculating the incremental per decade. That is 1918 to 1971, 1991 to 1981, then 2001 to 1991, then 2011 to 2001 has been calculated and tabulated here, and the average increment is also calculated. To calculate the population forecast for the 2021, we take the population of 2011. Okay. So the population of 2011 is added with the average increment value multiplied by the number of decades. From 2011 to 2021 one decade is there, that is one decade is equal to 10 years. So 2011 to 2021 is one decade. So the average increment value is multiplied with the number of decade. So the population of 2011 plus increment multiplied by the number of decade will give the value of the population in 2021. Likewise, we are calculating the population for 31 and 41 also by applying the number of decade as 2 and 3 by taking the population of 2011. So for all the thing we take the population of 2011 and by substituting the value of number of decades we are calculating the future population for the given years. In the next example, they are asking to calculate the population for the 2000 the above mentioned years by using geometrical progression method. So in this method, we have calculated the increment by making the difference of 71 to 61, 81 to 71, 91 to 81, and 2001 to 91, and 2011 to 2001 by making the difference of those two values. Then we calculate the geometrical increase, the rate of growth as increment divided by the number of population in the previous year, that is in 1961. That is the geometrical increase has been calculated by population in 71 and minus population in 61 divided by population in 61. Okay, so this is the increment by means by divided by the population of the previous year. So here the increment is calculated as 0.1. Geometrical increase as calculated, that is the rate of growth as we get the value as 0.18. Likewise, we have to calculate the geometrical increase of the rate of growth for the 1981 to 2011. Then geometrical mean, okay, has been calculated by taking all the values from 0.18 to 0.24. Okay, so it is equal to 23.5 percentage. Then the population in the 2011 has been calculated by taking the value of population in 2011, and in addition to that we are taking the geometrical mean. We are getting the population of the 2021. Similarly, we calculate the population for 2031 and 41 by substituting the number of decade as 2 and 3. For 2031 it is the decade as number of decade as 2, and for 2041 the number of decade as 3. We get the population of those years. So in the next problem they are asking to predict the population by using incremental increase method. In this method the increase has been calculated, that is the increment has been calculated by making the difference of the 2 years, but is like previous method. But here the incremental increase, whether the difference between the increase has been tabulated like this, because the increment in 1971 and 1981 make whether the number of population are increased or decreased, and if it is increased how much amount it is increased, and if it is decreased how much amount is decreased, by marking the symbol, that is whether it is increasing means by it is indicated by positive sign, and if it is decreased then it is indicated by the negative sign. So then the average value of the incremental increase, that is the any increase or decrease in the increment has been calculated, and then by using this we are going to calculate the population of the forthcoming years for, that is 2021, 31 and 41 by substituting the value of the number of decades as 1, 2 and 3 respectively to get the value. So now we have calculated the population of the given years.